starting the webinar in a few minutes. I'm just waiting for Mr. Suman sir. I'm in the call with him, so probably 1 to 2 minutes he will be here. Afterwards, we can start the webinar. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Very warm welcome to our exclusive international webinar session organized by Amphlo B2B study partner in association with Ledra College, Cyprus. So I am Rahul Gimble, the founder and global partnership manager at Amphlo B2B study partner, and I will be your host for today's session. Thank you so much for all of you for joining today's webinar. Most of you might be new to this session, whereas some of you might already know me. So in today's webinar, we will be discussing about the Ledra College Cyprus, especially about the student possibility as well as the international education opportunity for student across the Cyprus. We are honored to have our two distinct representatives from Ledra College with us today. I can already see in the meet we have Mr. Nicholas Georgia, he is the International Director of Ledra College Cyprus. And we also have Mr. Suman Adhikari, he is the International Admission Officer for Ledra College Cyprus. So during this session, what we'll be doing is we'll be talking and discussing about the partnership and collaboration opportunities with Ledra College, available programs and intakes. Additional to that, we'll be talking about the admission procedures and documentation requirement. Additionally, we'll be talking about the scholarship opportunities for international students, visa guidance and application support, as well as the marketing and student recruitment support for agents, and the overall process of working together successfully. So this webinar is a great opportunity for all the participating agents to directly interact with the university representative and gain a clear insight into the institution and its offering. Before we begin, I would kindly like to request everyone to mute their microphone during the session to maintain the smooth communication. You may drop your question in the chat section and we'll be addressing them during the question and answer session at the end. Now, without further delay, it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Nicholas Georgia as well as Mr. Suman Adhikari to begin today's presentation, to begin today's session. Thank you so much, and the stage is yours, sir.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, because I think there's a 2.5 3 hour difference between Cyprus and Nepal. Namaste. I know some basic greetings. Today's meeting has been organized in order for everyone to be, hopefully, to join the group in order for everyone to have success. As far as my understanding, everyone here is an agent. They work with an agency. Here at Ledra College, we have an exclusive partnership with Serbia International, and everything will be going through them, as they have been very professional for the last few years. We've been very happy with their work, and so if I'm happy, I know everyone else will be happy. So yes, I'm Mr. Nicholas Georgiou, Director of International Relations in Ledra College, and I think Mr. Shuman will introduce himself as well.
Thank you, Mr. Nicholas. I didn't see you in the camera. Where have you been lost?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's too many buttons, they get confused.
Yeah. Basically, today, this webinar is not only for the JBR International and it's not for me. This is for all the agents from the Nepal. So, let's talk about the colleges. Like you will describe about the college, about the visa procedure, because in market there are a visa delay from 1 year, especially of UCLAN or other universities. So please explain about all the procedure, how we are going to proceed, and how is our visa success story, how is the condition of Nepali student, number of Nepali student in Ledra College.
Okay, so we've been working together for the last 3 years. We have a very successful run. On average, we have 3 semesters per year. We have the fall, spring, and summer semester. Usually, the biggest semester is always fall, where we had an average of 100 plus files. Spring, again, around 80, 90, we had 100 as well. And summer, because it's only for foundation, we have from 30 to 50 to 60, depending on how much movement there is in the market. At this stage, for spring semester, we were the only school in Cyprus to actually get Nepal visas. We received, I think, 30. Yeah, and now we're working hard for the summer semester, where there's going to be more visas. And this is what I'm doing, because the deadline is in 2 weeks. So I'm pushing hard to get everything done as soon as possible, so that we have success again with all the visas. Success rate, we are at 100%. This is not just us, this is the structure with Cyprus. As long as all the documents are correct and everything is properly notarized, there's no reason for a visa to be denied. The proper academics, proper documentation, proper stamping. So there's no need to fear that I might or not get a visa. As long as everything's in order and I double check everything, I don't apply for anyone knowing that they're not going to get the visa. So if you know that, if we said that the student has been applied, it means the visa will be granted. Time scale wise, it always differs. We always try to explain to the agents that there's never a set date when it comes when visas get issued. What I mean, for example, now summer semester, there's not going to be a lot of files in migration. There might be 1,000, maybe 1,500. So migration will be done within 4 to 5 weeks. It will be done with all the visas. But for fall semester, for example, there might be over 10,000 applications in for all of Cyprus. In that case, there's always a bit of a delay. That's why I always push the agents. I always tell them, prepare the documents as soon as possible so we can apply once the portal opens. Because first that apply might get the visas within 3-4 weeks. If we apply on the deadline though, and there's already 10,000 visas on top, it might take 2 to 3 months to get the visa. So I want you to have this in mind, knowing that the sooner you get everything ready and the sooner we apply, the sooner we can get the visa. If you send something on the deadline, don't expect it to be within 4 weeks. Expect it to be 2 or even 3 months because of the situation. There's a certain number of social workers working in migration to issue visas, and when there's 10,000 plus files, you can understand how things work. So it's when sometimes Mr. Shuman or me is pushing the agents to get the documents done as soon as possible, it's for a reason. It's for us to be able to get done as soon as possible, because we want the students to travel on time and get the classes start on time, which is very important for us.
Okay. Could you please explain to all of them about our college, when it was established, and how was the Nepal, when we started working with Nepal, what is the number of Nepalese students, what are the programs that we are running?
We, as Ledra College, we were established in 2008, and around, when was it? In 2000, we brought in Sunderland University from the UK as a franchise program. The reason we brought Sunderland is because when Brexit happened, it was a very difficult access point for a lot of Cypriots and a lot of Asians to go to the UK. Plus, it was very expensive. For someone to go to the UK to do a program now could be up to £20,000. That's why we brought the Sunderland programs in Cyprus, knowing that they will be paying less than half of that, and they will still get a British degree because it's a full franchise. It's all controlled and graded by the UK. Program-wise, we have depending on what the students want. We have from business, we have law, we have computer science programs, We have culinary programs. We have car mechanic programs, international relations. And every year we're adding more. We just added a new master's as well in international relations, but that's not accredited yet, so we can't promote it. We'll be adding a welding program as well, which again, we can't promote yet because it hasn't been accredited yet. We're just waiting for those new programs to be okay. So every year we're growing with programs, with new buildings, new facilities to be able to support all the incoming students. With Nepal, since we've been working for the last 3 years, we have, I think, over 400 students from Nepal. It doesn't mean they're all here. We've got about 400 visas overall for Nepal. Some have graduated and they moved on. Some are still here depending on the program. So we're very happy with the Nepalese because statistically they're good students. They come to class, they show their support, and they show their enthusiasm of learning. They're not just here to get a visa to Europe and just disappear or just work or things like this. They understand that they're here for the studies, and that's why we're pushing for Nepal, because it's at the end of the day, here it's not about the quantity and things, it's about the quality. That's what we're pushing for. We're trying to get the best students possible in order for us to actually have a better image as well. Because at the end of the day, we always answer to the Ministry of Education, and when they see the statistics with the grades and the passes and everything, we get praises from them, and we get a lot of praise from the Nepalese as they're good students. We don't have any complaints from them.
What do you think will be the selling for us as it when it comes to the Ledra College? Because there are few colleges that's been offering very very high commission rate. So except that commission rate, what do you think will be the selling point for
commission? Don't talk. Listen. I'm here to talk about the academics and the business. For the commission, you talk to Mr. Shuman. It's not my responsibility for that. So talk to Mr. Shuman. The reason why Ledra. It's about respect. I'm not going to be here to say we're the best or we're better than anyone because.
Okay. Let me tell you one thing for both of you, for Rahul sir and for Nicholas. Let's say the market of 2019 and 20. What was happened in Cyprus and now how the market is going on, especially in the Ledra colleges. And as we can see in the Ministry of Education Nepal in NOC portal. There we have only one college for NOC. Why we are there? Because we didn't do any kind of mistake. We didn't play with the life of a student. Because ambassador, they came I think 2 or 3 times in our college.
Yeah, they did. They came from Israel. They came directly from Nepal. They came to see us directly.
Yeah. So commission is another part. We'll see first the number of application. Visa. I don't think there will be any refusal for Ledra College for next 30 years because we have the quality and the Cyprus government.
Not about the selling point of Ledra College, not about just the selling point of the college, like the programs, the facility that's been offered in the college itself, or any other selling point that agent can use to convince the student. That's what I was asking.
Okay, it's all about as Mr. Shuman said, it's first they have not to be a monopoly. Here they don't have any other choice in Cyprus, or they can go to one of the universities, which they're more expensive, or they come to us. For us, a lot of students are here because they understand that we respect them. I don't know if you talk to other agents, other people in other colleges in Cyprus, but there's a level of respect here towards the students. That's what we try to push them. That's what we thrive for, and we always try to give them the best and the easiest process for them, from getting the visa, from traveling to studying, from documentation, from anything. But it's not about selling Ledra. It's about selling Cyprus at this point, because they changed, for example, other than they're allowed 7 years in Cyprus under a student visa, the law changed with the work market about 2 months ago, where students after the first semester they can work full time in Cyprus, which this was never done before. They could only work after 9 months and part time. So automatically, it's a huge benefit for the students to be in Cyprus. And from that point on, being in Cyprus, they automatically have access to other European countries, to America, to Australia, to Canada, where I have students once they graduated, they applied to all these other countries and they traveled fine because they were already in Europe and they finished an accredited program. And as I said, it's about selling Cyprus. It's Ledra, as we are, we're humble. I'm not going to say, as I said before, we're not going to say I'm the best. I'm not going to say we do a better job than anyone else. No. It's about being humble. And by being humble, people respect you more. And that's why we get so much demand from, not just from Nepal, from other Asian countries, a lot from Africa. It's because they know that the agents, when they send the students here, the students will be safe, they will be treated fairly, and they won't be having issues when time goes by.
Alright, sir. So I believe the documentation process is comparatively easy to other European countries. So
Yes.
what about the job possibility for the student who are looking to get settled once they study? So can we talk about the job opportunity as well?
Okay, jobs are everywhere available in Cyprus. It's people have to be realistic because when you come here and you just finished your 12th class and you don't have a degree, don't expect to get an office job. I would imagine in Nepal to get an office job you need a master's minimum, correct? There. So it's about being realistic. When students arrive, a lot of them, for example, a lot of the boys work delivery because there's good money in it. They work in restaurants. They work in agriculture. A lot of the females usually they might be cleaners. They might work in shops as well because now they opened up the work market in all aspects, in all areas. So, for example, now if you go to the mall in Nicosia and you go to say Zara, which is a clothes shop, you're going to see students from Philippines, from from Nepal, from India. The same thing with the restaurants. The people in the counters, the people in the kitchens, everywhere. You're going to see now a lot of Asians working because there's so much work here and there's so much demand for work, especially in the summer for the hotels and the tourism. Where, trust me, there's not going to be a problem for them to find a job. It's the other way around. There's too many opportunities for them here. And we never had a complaint from any students saying that I can't find a job. The main problem is they find the job the first day. And because by law they have to wait at least one semester, they just want to start working automatically because they find work so easily here. So you have to be realistic with your students as well when informing them to tell them. You're there, you don't have a degree, don't expect an office job or something like this. It's going to be the basic jobs because even for me, if I didn't have degrees, I would be working at McDonald's. That's how it is. So it doesn't matter from what country you are. A degree is a degree. So I want you to be realistic with them and don't fill them up with ideas that you'll be there, you'll be working as an accountant or a lawyer the first day. No. Everything has to be realistic. Okay?
Hi, sir. Thank you, sir. And what about accommodation arrangement or other kind of arrangement that's been done from the some of the colleges they give the facility like the airport receive service. So does Ledra College help in this kind of arrangement, sir?
With accommodation depends on the budget. We don't have our own. No college in Cyprus actually has their own accommodation. What they do, they work with real estate agents to help students find accommodation. But in order to do this, we have to know prior, at least a month before the student travels, so we can find something and arrange something for them. Because there's high demand for accommodation in Cyprus, not just from students, but for locals as well. So we have to know from before, we have to know their budget, so we can arrange accommodation for them. Don't expect the students to arrive here and then they come to us and tell us, I don't have somewhere to stay. That would be a problem. We have to pre-arrange everything for them with their budget and their needs, because some students might have financially, they need help and they want to share a room. Others share an apartment. Some financially are very free and they want their own apartment. So it all depends on the students themselves and what they want and what they need. And for us to be able to help them, we're not going to guess what they need, and so it's very important for us to know from prior their budgets, their needs. If they want to stay with friends, if they want to stay with by themselves, it's a very important part which we have to know in order to help them properly.
Thank you, sir. Actually, I just like to ask Suman, sir. You were talking about the visa rate yesterday, and when we met, you asked me to present with my agent that the visa can be for the 100%. So can you please give the few elaboration on that as well?
Visa rate is 100% because last February semester we are only the school in Cyprus who got the Nepal visa. Almost 30 visa I think we got in February, because there was some delay also, but we got 30 visa. It's a good number of visa, and in summer semester also I'm expecting to get almost 50 to 55 visa, because it's a summer semester and it's only foundation. So for visa, I think we should not worry for Nepal. Because Ministry of Education Cyprus, they clearly know the maximum number of Nepali students we have only in Ledra College, and no student till date didn't take any kind of refugee, or they are attending the classes regularly. So for visa, I don't think there will be issue. It will be 100% for last 30 years. It will go until 30 to 40 years easily. There was delay.
Thank you, sir, for clarifying this. Okay, so my next question is to Mr. Nicholas, sir. So can student, do the transfer to any other university or UK university later once they come to Ledra? Their credit transfer.
They can transfer anywhere. Cyprus is under the Bologna process. The Bologna process is all the schools, colleges, and universities in Europe, America, and a few in Asia as well, where they all work under the ECTS credit system. So once, even if they finish and they want to transfer, they can do it. Even if they don't finish, I have students where after 2 years they say, I have a friend or a family member in the UK, Germany, and Italy, and I want to transfer my credits to another school. What we do, we tell them, contact the school, get an offer letter from them, and whatever documentation you need from us, we'll provide so you can get the transfer done. Since they're in Cyprus, it'll be fine. You have to understand, in Cyprus, everything is recorded. Everything has a track record. You have to inform the students that if they want to transfer, if they want to go somewhere else, they have to be clear with their record. Not say it took them 6 years to finish a 4-year degree. No school will accept you like this, because they're going to say, what were they doing between the years and not finishing? So it's very important. That's why I always focus on the academic part. You're here to study. Yes, you're allowed to work, but you're here to study. Have a clean record. When we're not asking for perfect grades, finish your classes on time, do your exams, get your grades in, knowing that you finish on time and you can do whatever you like. That's what we always tell the students. It's the same thing for everyone. Whenever applying for a visa to any country, they always check. It's what have you been doing all these years? And if they saw that you're barely studying, they'll think, what are you going to do if you go to the other country? So it's very important. It's the same thing as with a CV for a job. If you go for a job interview and you have a 5-year gap, and they ask you, what have you been doing for these 5 years? And you tell them I was sitting at home playing PlayStation, they won't give you the job. So it's important for them to have a clean record with their studies. If they're working, to pay national insurance, which will help them if they want to stay in Cyprus with a permanent residence, or even applying for a residence in another country. A clean record is a must.
Thank you, sir. And what about the diversity of international students? I mean, what nationality students are there more? Of course, Nepalese students are there. We got that. Or additional to that, what other nationality students are there later?
We have the biggest numbers are Nepal. We always had a big number from India. Now there's a big fluctuation now from Pakistan and Bangladesh. We started Vietnam now. We have Africans as well, Nigerians, we have Cameroonians. On our Sutherland programs, it's mostly there's a large number of Cypriots. It's depending on we have people from everywhere. We started now, for example, Burundi. It's a new an African country. We started in Rwanda. We're pushing now Philippines. So we're slowly expanding and opening to new markets, and we're slowly trying to, as I said, it's sort of to push down the numbers to get better quality. That's why it's whenever we start a new country, we try to we see how every agent works. For example, for me, I don't have the time to be able to be communicating with all the sub-agents one by one. That's why Mr. Shuman is there to be able to be in charge, knowing that he can filter out who can and who cannot. Because at the end, I know that we can get a limited amount of files from Nepal, but it's not about the numbers. Because in the end, if people come and they're not doing good or they're just here and disappear, it gives a bad name for us, and it will later on affect Nepal as a market as well with the visas. So that's why we have Mr. Shuman to guide everyone, because he knows the market better since he's Nepali. He knows how to filter out better, knowing for ourselves how, knowing that everything that we receive from him, we don't have to double check. We know that they're quality students, and we won't have an issue.
Thank you, sir. So I have a question for Mr. Suman, sir. So you might already see in the chat box there are a few questions about the financial documents, also about the RSPT requirement and whether it's compulsory or not. Additional to that, the questions are also related about the dependents. Can you please clarify about all those questions as well?
I saw lots of questions here. What about income document? We don't need any kind of income document. We need just academic, passport, medical report, police report, and we need the bank statement certificate. Bank statement certificate, like if the student they don't have their bank account, they can open the new account. They can deposit 13 to 14 lakhs Nepalese rupees, which is equivalent to 7,000 euro, and they can print the bank statement certificate next day, and we can submit in the visa application. And regarding the dependent student, they can take their spouse after completing the course. Regarding the classes are normally 2 days. If you come 2 days in a week, then you are the excellent student of Ledra College. There are some students who used to come to classes twice in a month, but still they are continuing their classes. We didn't deport any Nepali. Indian, I think last time I saw lots of Indian student name list in the notice board. But Nepali, there is no any deportation till yet since 2 years.
Then, sir, thank you, sir. And my next question is for Nicholas, sir. So, is there are the classes physical or they are of hybrid model?
That's physical. Everything has to be physical here. If in case we had situations where a lecturer had to travel, then they did it online, but it's 99% of the time the classes are done in the classroom.
And what about the graduate employment opportunity after completing the study? Does Ledra College provide intensive or placement support for the international student?
It's as the law stands now. When students finish, the only for any student to be able to change from a student to a work visa, you have to finish a master's. Once they finish a master's, they're allowed a 1-year work placement visa, meaning that they have 1 year to find a job under their program of study. And if they find the job, then the employer applies for the change of the status, and then the student stays here under a work visa.
So it's on the student. College is not going to support for the placement opportunity. Am I right, sir?
we do the internship for the programs. For example, with our culinary programs or our car mechanics, we do have internships for the programs, but it's for the masters. You have to, once you finish a master's, the MBA, then you can apply for a job. We don't really help in this matter because the students, I'm going to be honest, the reason we're doing this meeting is to be honest. The students, for some reason, thought that we literally weren't going to find them. We would send them for interviews, and then they would complain if they didn't get the job. Doesn't mean because I send you for an interview and another 100 people apply, it means you're going to get the job. And they weren't trying for themselves. They acted like I'm their father. And they wanted me literally to take them by the hand and take them to the interview. I'm like, no, you're adults, you're here, you have a master's under your name. As I would imagine everyone in this meeting have done everything for themselves and they succeeded by doing everything for themselves. No one took you by the hand to get you where you are. This is what I explained to the students. You're all adults. We're here in Cyprus. We are here to open the door for you. But we're not going to carry you through the door. It's their opportunity to walk through the door. So once they're here, the opportunities are endless, but they have to do it themselves. Because nowhere in the world, doesn't matter if it's Cyprus, Nepal, America, Canada, Zimbabwe.
I believe there is some issue with the audio.
Talk to the employer as well. I have no problem to do it, but I'm not going to be the one trying to find them a job, because then they come to me and they complain to me, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. No. I'm too busy with things to actually try to help them even in that matter.
For the job, there will not be any issue, because we already have 300 to 400 students, and from my own personal opinion, I visited Cyprus, I think fifth or sixth time totally till 2 years, and I met with the student. Most of the students, they are engaging in part-time job, and some of them are in full-time job. So for the job, I don't think there will be issue for new students.
No, they find the job by themselves so fast. And one of the good things in Nepalis, they're a community. Once they arrive, they come. Once they come to college and they see other Nepalis, they become a community. It's they help each other. They don't even look. Trust me. They don't ask us for help because they communicate with each other. They know where the restaurants are. They know where the Nepali shops are. This is one of the things I respect about the Nepalis, where they help their own. They don't. If they see someone needs help, they will help them. They're not just going to avoid them. This is something I respect about the Nepali students.
Right, so Suman sir, there is one question about the interview. Will there be any interview from the college or from the embassy side?
From college side, just I will check the document and I will issue the offer letter within a 24-hour maximum. I have to check all the document because most of the agent, I found 2-3 document fake academic document. From college side, there will not be interview, and from embassy there might be sometime interview in a Cyprus consulate in Kathmandu, which is located in Jyoti Bhavan, Kantipot. So for interview also, I don't think we have to be for it, because Nepali students have very good number of record in Ledra College, and the ambassador from the High Commission, he knows that Ledra College is not selling the visa. Ledra College is selling the good number of quality education in Cyprus. So if there will be interview also, we'll try to figure out the matter and visa will be issued. So don't worry for that. There might be some time, but it's not sure.
Can you clarify us what kind of students are expected to have the interview?
It depends upon the migration. If migration issue the letter to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Cyprus, to the consular department, then Ministry of Foreign Affairs and migration, it's a different department, because migration department is under Ministry of Interior, and Foreign Ministry is related with embassy, and Foreign Ministry, they are related to each other. So interview will be for everyone. if there will be interview, there will be for everyone, not for you, not for me. There will be for all the student. For foundation, bachelor or master, there will just they want to verify the student, and they want to check the documents, either it's original or not. Only that much, because last time we have the interview, just they verify the student.
Well, sir, thank you, sir. And I believe all of the mode of instruction in Ledra College, it will be in English, not in the Greek form, right?
Everything will be in English, and our Sunderland program, our Sunderland program, 95% of the students are from Nepal.
So, does a student have choice if they want to go for the Sunderland degree or for the Ledra College?
Most of the students from Nepal, they apply for the Sunderland degree instead of they go for the Ledra, because Sunderland, most of the classes we have online from the University of Sunderland, and it's in the evening time, so it's very easy for a student to do the part-time job in the morning and afternoon. So Sunderland classes, most of the classes we will have online, not physical.
Okay, so there is one question: if the student have 45%, can they apply?
Yes, the student can apply for the Ledra program, not for Sunderland.
Alright, so I believe everyone can hear me, right?
Yes.
Alright, sir. So, any closing remarks, sir? Try to end the meet as of now. We'll be again having a webinar soon once we give a good number of students. So, as of now, I believe all of the attendees that are here do not have the questions, as I see the chat box seems to be empty. So, let's end the meet for today. So, if you have any closing remarks, Mr. Nicholas, sir, and Mr. Suman, sir, can you please give your last remarks for this webinar?
Okay, so it was a good meeting. Short. I like short meetings because well, I used to teach, and I knew that after 30 minutes, people just start to wander off, especially students in the classroom. So what I have to say is thank you for listening. Thank you for coming online to hear what we have to say. I want to show you that you're in good hands with Mr. Shuman. Otherwise, we wouldn't be working with him and giving him full exclusivity on the matter. Listen to what he says, his guidance. He knows the Nepal in and out. He knows the documentation, the process completely. So follow his guidance, and you'll be very successful in business and in life by being with him. So. Thank you for listening. If you have any more questions, you can talk to Mr. Shuman. And hopefully, when I have time and manage to travel, I can meet everyone in Nepal. Otherwise, we'll be waiting for your files, and you'll be waiting for your visas.
Thank you so much, sir. And so much, sir, anything from you?
Okay, thank you everybody for a wonderful time. If you want Mr. Nicholas to be in Nepal, please let me know the date and time for the next month, because May we cannot do any kind of physical seminar as in meet in any of the city in Nepal, because we don't have the time to. So if you need any kind of seminar from the Ledra College, please inform us. Please inform to Rahul sir, so that we can arrange the suitable date and the time and the city, whichever you like, so that we can all be at the same platform, and we can discuss in a more detail, or we can do next webinar also. It's the same thing.
Done, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And hopefully, we'll be able to give you a good number of students with the help of all our students that are working with us. And we'll see you soon, sir. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Nicholas, sir. And thank you, everyone who are presented over here. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.